Hey, hello everybody. It is a crowded room today. All the signings that we have made this season currently on display. Bottom left corner here, this sad man has handed in a transfer request. He may have already signed today once you've seen this video, maybe possibly not. Some of you watch it strange hours, let's just say that, but whenever you watch, I am appreciative of that. I am the Mr. Archer, by the way, just in case you're new, just in case you've come across this channel from Instagram, or it came up on your YouTube, suggestions, recommendations, somebody told you to check it out. But let's get into it. This is a analysis, I guess, of what we've been doing so far in the transfer window. It all started when we signed Jonas Lurs. I get this confused. Jonas Lursel on the far right over there. Decent backup keeper. Sent Virginia out on loan. Stecklenburg is pretty much past it, but he's a mentor apparently around the club. So that's a good signing, obviously. And then we don't need to mention Andre Gomez, do we? We do not need to mention this man over here, Mr. Gomez. Yes, we know, Barcelona flop. Got him on loan, rehabilitate him, got his confidence back up. He did a lot for the community, so obviously it's a great signing. And you guys already know this, so it's not like I'm giving you any news you don't already know about any of these players. And then we get into the meat and potatoes of what we've done. Fabian Delph, obviously, suffering from a groin injury right now, a groin strain, a groin tickle, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, that's sad to see. But obviously a great signing. Can play left back, can play right back, can play center defensive midfield. Says he can play center attacking midfield. I don't see why not, right? And then we get into Mr. Baumann over here. Replacement for Ghana Gay, who once again, Ghana, fabulous servant, great player, did what you needed to do, but, you know, your dream was to play for Paris Saint-Germain or go back to France, I guess, win some trophies. You know, good trophies can be debated, but being champions of anything is something great. If you want to be a champion of Ligue 1, and win the French Cup and, you know, get knocked out in the quarterfinals of the Champions League by some podunk, you know, barely capable team like, you know, let's say Manchester United. That's okay, cool, you know. So that's great. And then Moise Kean. Moise Kean. Moise Kean is... I cannot wait to see these funky dances. You know, I really hope we get to see Ken and Richie do some fabulous, outstanding celebration. I mean, I'm all in for I'm all in for it. I know some people just saw that and you thought that was cringe and you didn't like that, but that's too bad. There's an X button. No, sorry, that's my subscriber count. On the other side, over here, there's a little X on the top that you might have already hit. If you need to get out of here, go on. If that's too cringe, if that's too much, if that's too audacious, if that's too American for you, I apologize. I'm very, very sorry. But that's how we do things here. And then today, right back cover. Let's say that it's a loan move. It's a right back cover option. Our man, Djibril Sidibe from Monaco. Loan. Option to buy. World Cup winner. Been around, 27 years old, fabulous signing, I think. So, those are all the guys. But what do they cover? Let's just take a look at our squad real quick. In goal, Pickford, outstanding. Lursel, backup, no problems there. Stecklenburg, if needed. Okay, that works. Right back. Now we've got Seamus, and we've got Djibril Sidibe at the back there. We've got, on the other side, we've got Luca Dean. We have Leighton Baines, obviously. And then we've got Fabian Delph that can, either way, he can go both ways, can Fabian? Oh, yes, he can. At right back, so we're covered there. Center back is where we get into a problem, obviously. Zuma, nothing's come about from that yet. We went in for Chris Smalling yesterday. Manchester United said no. I would still be quite happy if they went in for Marcus Rojo. He's kind of I don't want to say a hothead, but he's a little erratic. He's a little crazy sometimes. But we're looking for cover, right? We're not looking for a long-term solution in the next day unless Kurt magically decides and Frank magically decides. And everyone just decides at Chelsea, you know, let Everton have it. I mean, they're going for it. We were under a transfer ban we are under a transfer ban, so we might, we've got a good squad, but we could bring anybody in, so we're kind of in the same position we were last season, minus Eden Hazard. So if Everton go for it, if they can get Zaha, if we give them Zuma, and they've got all these fabulous players they brought in, maybe they can take points off Arsenal. Maybe they can. Oh, and we will take points off Manchester United. Can and will probably take points off, maybe possibly Tottenham. Actually, no, we're going to take points off everybody. We're going to win the league. No. But we're going to take points off people this season. Guarantee we are going to rattle some cages again, and we're going to upset apple cart after apple cart after apple cart. It's just going to be pouring apples all over the place. And the people are going to be squashing all the way through them, and there's going to be cider, fermented apple juice, whatever you want, just flowing through the streets of England because of all the apple carts we're turning over. But anyway, so Chelsea probably was. So why don't you just give us Zuma? Right? Maybe you can get into the top four with us just taking points off everybody else against your competitors, and our competitors, obviously. But we can take them off you, Chelsea. Come on, free Zuma. Free Zuma. But, no, center back is an issue. We've only got, right now, Michael Keane. Obviously, stalwart, steadfast, come on leaps and bounds in the past 12 to 18 months. We've got Yerry Mina. I think it's going to be a big season for Yerry. Some people say him and Keane can't play together. I don't see why not. I've seen the arguments, I've heard the arguments, seen the stats, but, if he can stay injury-free and he can play continuously game in, game out, get a run of games and all that stuff, I don't see why those two can't play together. It's just the backup that's the issue. We've got Mason that can play back there. We do have Bamin that said that he could play back there if necessary, but I'm pretty sure he's going to play in the center of the park and take up Ghana's old spot. And then we've got Mason, obviously. Who knows about that? So just a little bit of cover wouldn't be bad. Zuma doesn't come, obviously. Rojo, we're looking at Tomori from Chelsea also. But I think that's a place we need to get covered tomorrow, today, whenever, before the transfer window closes. And if you're watching after the transfer window, if we didn't get anybody, you can say, haha, we didn't get anybody, Mr. Archer. And if we did, you say, oh, we did. And you can comment. And moving on to the midfield, obviously, we're set there, I think. Gomez, Bamin, Delph, Schneiderlin, if he doesn't go before the end of the European transfer window, what's that, September 2nd. Tom Davis can also play in there, so I think we're looking good. Fabian Delph, did I say Delph? I don't know. But yeah, he can play there also, so I think our midfield's totally fine, at least in the middle of the park. Up front, on the wing positions, you want to call it the wing positions, you still call it that, right? Bernard, Richarlison, really, I mean, yes, say Theo Walcott can play it there. Yes, Theo Walcott is an Everton player. He is part of our squad. He does do a job. But, that's not really the greatest. Up top, obviously, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, not going to dismiss him. He's going to start the season. Moise Ken needs to settle in by those two alternating games, minutes, all that stuff. They offer a completely different aspects to our attack, so I think that'll be great, but we do really still need a winger by the end of the transfer window tomorrow. Zaha would be great. Maybe we could go back in for Alex Iwobi, but didn't that come out of nowhere? Alex Iwobi, I rate him. I think he's a fabulous player. He's quick, he's direct, he's tall, he's got a lot about him, so I don't see why not, but I obviously prefer Wilfried Zaha. And please, if you're arguing over, or you did argue, or you are going to argue over 5 million, please don't. Just get Willie in. Get Willie in, and then get Willie out on the pitch. No, don't do that. Get Wilfried out on the pitch. Have him bang in goals. Have him get his penalties. So it'll all be good. But overall, I think we have done great business. With all the stuff I just said, and all the joking aside, I think that we are really on the path to greatness. At least on our way up the table. We've done better business than Wolves, and Wolves have the Europa League to deal with. Hopefully they get through to the group stages. I don't think they have the squad. I don't think they can go the Sunday, Thursday without dropping, silly points like Burnley did last season, like we did 2 seasons prior. It's a tough schedule, and I don't think they'll be able to, keep up what they did last season by finishing 7th. Leicester, I'm so tired of hearing about Leicester City. I'm so tired. Oh, Leicester might break into the top 6. Oh, Brendan Rodgers. Oh, Brendan. He's such a good tactician. He's such a good coach. He's such a great, yeah. He won a lot of stuff. up in Scotland with Celtic. Oh, whoop-de-doo, whoop-de-doo. Wow. I mean, not to take anything away. Obviously, I shouldn't be disrespectful, but come on. Seriously, come on. It's not just because he managed the Reds. If you're unbiased person, if you're not an Evertonian, if you're not a cop-eyed, if you're just watching this channel randomly, it's not just because I'm an Evertonian that I do rate Brendan Rodgers. I really, really do. It's just, what have they done? They brought in Jose Perez from Newcastle, scored 12 goals last season in a defensive, minded counter-attacking team. Okay, whoop-de-doo, 30 million, there you go. You got Tielemans, who, if other teams were actually thinking and on the ball, they would have probably brought him in. 40 million for Tielemans. That's great business, but you had him last season. What else have you done? You got rid of Maguire. Obviously, James Maddison's a great player. Vardy's still kind of sort of got it. But, Damari Gray, who's their midfielder, and Ndidi. Like, they've got a good squad. They've got a good team, but I don't think that they're ready to challenge for top six. I think they're going to, slip up quite a bit. And then get out of here with your West Hams. Get out of here with your Watfords. Get out of here with your... Who else? Obviously Newcastle, they're not going to be doing anything. Who else? Nobody. We're in a league of our own. It's the top six, it's us, and then it's the middle, and then it's the bottom. Right? So with all this business that we've done, with all these fellas... Oh, hey, Andre. With all these fellas that we've brought in, if we can bring in one more, like I said, centre back, if we can get Zaha, and if we can get Iwobi in, or the super secret winger that only a couple of people in the entire Evertonian community know about, we can get them in. Squad depth, rotation over the festive period, and for cup games, because we're going to have cup runs this season. We have to have cup runs. That is numero uno on the agenda. Besides, because win the Carabao Cup into Europe by January, February. Good enough. Right? Good enough. Let's get in there. We can still go and win the FA Cup if you like, or we could still go and qualify for the Champions League after already qualifying for the Europa League through the Carabao Cup. So let's just get it done early. But no, squad depth, age of the squad coming down, quality of the squad going up, Deadwood leaving. Appreciate all you did for us. So it doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter if you're Omar. It doesn't matter if you're James. Doesn't matter if you're Balassi, doesn't matter if you're Cheng, doesn't matter, whoever you are, you wore the badge. You wore the badge, you wore it proudly, you did the best you could, but you're just not good enough and you just cannot come along for the ride. I'm sorry. And everyone's sorry, but take your money, enjoy, but you're done. So that's it. I think, I'm not going to tell you what I think about where we're going to finish. That's going to be another video for another day. But I just wanted to get the whole gang together. Have a look at them. Say that I am extremely happy with what we've done. I'm extremely... I don't have that much of a stake, but I can say I'm proud of Marcel. Not only does he look good, not only does he dress sharply, not only does he speak really well, he also knows what he's doing. And some teams obviously haven't got a director of football in, and for some reason don't seem to feel the need to have a director of football. And then they wonder why after 6 years of one of the best managers in the entire history of the game leaves their club. I'm not going to mention who the club is, but 6 years after that, you bring in manager after manager and, mercenary after mercenary, and you don't have a director of football, and you've got the owners and all these other plebs who don't know anything about football picking your players for you. And then you wonder why they flop. You wonder why they fail. You wonder why you're constantly getting into the Europa League and you're constantly finishing 5th or 6th. These are the reasons why, because you don't have a director of football. You don't have a consistent manager. You don't have a consistent young squad that can grow and learn together and all that other stuff. We do. That's why we're going places. So it's going to be a good season. It's going to start on Saturday away at Selhurst Park. Like I said, watch along will be Saturday, 8 to 8:15 a.m. British Standard Time. I'll be on my YouTube channel. I'll be decked out in all that, maybe even bevied up. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to turn on your notifications with the bell. If you are a subscriber, if you are a loyal viewer, thank you. Thank you as always. Appreciate you being here. Spread the word if you can. I know some of you out there are doing that. Look forward to seeing you in the comments. Look forward to seeing Mr. Jeff Thompson's daily essay on the video, which I will always reply with a little half essay. Like I said, Natty Co, other people always sticking in there. And as always, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will probably see you tomorrow. By the way, I did get to do a video today because I finally walked the dogs in a long, hot, humid, sweaty walk. So they're sleeping right now, passed out almost, panting on the hardwood floor, loving life. And I'm back here with you guys. So see you tomorrow. Thank you.